I would imagine everyone would want to know, well, what is it that Jesus has to say about marriage? What does Jesus have to say about gay marriage? Answer to that question, nothing. What does Jesus have to say about marriage? I would argue nothing. Jesus, though, is very clear about divorce. He's not for it. He refers to Mosaic law, ancient law, that allows a man to divorce his wife. And Jesus says, I'm not going to allow it. It's not on. Why? Why would Jesus, this great giver of love and grace, be more strict than Mosaic law on this one issue? Jesus was living in the same world that we've been talking about, where women are not just owned, but they're owned in large numbers. Women are property. If a woman is property, she has no social or economic life that belongs to her alone. And if a man can divorce such a woman, she's left penniless, homeless, and cast out of normal society. It's not surprising that in that context, Jesus would stand against divorce and stand against it strong. It really has nothing to do with how we think of modern marriage, the kind of mutuality that we expect in modern marriage. It has to do with an issue of social justice. How do you address the fact that there's a segment of the population that carries no power of its own? I think that Jesus' concern about divorce was about a concern for a whole segment of the population, namely women, who are left penniless and alone without the kind of protection he was talking about. Jesus' words about divorce have less to do with marriage than they do with social justice. We ought to be able to read Jesus' words about divorce and make decisions about how a Christian would act towards the poor, not read them as lessons for what to do about modern marriage. If we want to talk about where would Jesus end up on this gay marriage amendment that we're facing in Minnesota, then let's read what he has to say about divorce for what his values are, which is not pushing people out of society, not pushing people out of economic stability. Denying people the right to marry does exactly that. It makes a second class of citizens. It makes a second class of participants in the community. We could read Jesus' words against divorce as being the clearest biblical reason why the amendment that we're going to vote on in Minnesota should fail.